Hello everyone, and welcome to today's session organized by VODAN Africa and Asia. My name is Putu Hadi, and our focus today is to discuss Fair Convergence Conference, an update on CEDAR and data security access and control. As always, try to keep our mic muted during presentation to prevent background noises. If you have any question while the presentation is going on, please type them into the chat box, and I will now hand over to Professor Miriam to lead the session.
Thank you, Putu. And today's session is going to be led by Dr. Sakinat.
Sorry.
So I'm handing over to Dr. Sakinat. I'm here.
Yeah, I will hand over to Dr. Sakinat. Please, Dr. Sakinat, I will share your PowerPoint screen.
Yes, thank you, Putu. I will start by welcoming all of us to this great session today, and particularly, you know, the news I received shortly before the meeting was a shocking one, but I pray that the dead will be relieved. So just observe just 1 minute silence for the soul of the repose. So thank you, God. Now, we start today's session by discussing about the Fair Convergence Symposium that we registered for. And I just want to say particularly that our session, we have about 3 sessions, about 4 or 5 sessions with the symposium, and for about 3 days, and almost key time of the day, especially tomorrow. So now I hope that the key lead for the sessions are here so that they can give us feedback on what and their preparations and what we expect to see tomorrow. Now, next slide, please. So the discussion today is going to be about Fair Convergence 2020, and these are our sessions for tomorrow. From tomorrow till on the 4th. The first one, the session number 248, we are going to be talking about VODAN Africa Horizon for Health Management. Then the next one will be Fair Equivalency Tool. The third one is VODAN, that Beyond COVID-19. The fourth one is verifying vulnerable people during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the last one is the data stewardship competencies curriculum. Next slide. Yes. Now, this next slide, these are the questions that we are going to be asking ourselves, and we expect the session lead to provide answers to this question and even go further. One, the session lead and the speakers, have they all registered? Have they registered for the Fair Convergence Symposium? Then have they registered as a speaker for the session they are going to be chairing? Then what do we expect from other members of the team, like the other members that are here? This question goes to everybody. Have you registered for this conference, for the symposium? Have you registered for our sessions? Because we expect all of us to be there. Then how do we expect a maximum participation from everybody here and all the speakers chairing and chair for each session? So then these questions now go to the chair for each sessions. What is the format for your session? Are your speakers presenting PowerPoint, or is it a panel discussion, or is it just a question and answer time? And remember that all sessions spans for 2 hours. Then some sessions, have you submitted the introductory video? You know, that is also expected to attract participants to each of our sessions. Next slide. Put to the next slide, please. Okay. Now, this is the first session, VODAN Africa Horizon for Health Management. And the organizers are Professor Mijam, Dr. Reginald, and Miriam Basaja. And this is happening tomorrow, between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. UTC time. This is universal time. And down my slide, I've already put local time for majority of the participants here, for West African time, Central European time, and the East African time. I've put the time down there. So do we have Dr. Reginald here to tell us what we expect to see tomorrow and answer some of the questions that you asked earlier? Dr. Reginald. Do we have Dr. Reginald on board? Yes. Dr.
Hello,
Reginald.
Professor. Yes, yeah,
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So, Dr. Reginald, what do we expect to see tomorrow? Your preparation?
I
Yes.
think I'll leave this to Madam Basaja because I'm concentrating the other two projects, the other two that are coming up.
Okay, have you contacted all of your speakers? Have you confirmed them? They'll all be available?
I think Basaja is in charge of this one.
Miriam?
Yeah.
Miriam? Is she
Hi.
here? Yeah, hi, Miriam. Yes, can you provide answers for us? All your speakers, have they been confirmed?
Yes. They've all been informed about tomorrow. There was an email sent as well to everyone.
Have they confirmed the attendance?
Yes. No, not personally, but they'll most definitely be present. Okay, except Professor Maria.
Of Tunisia?
No. The one of LUMC.
Mariam, she has confirmed now to me. There was a confusion in her. I think she has confirmed to Reginald as well. So, but I think they need to be confirmed again with the right time slot and also the entry slot. I don't know where people are going to go enter into the video conference. So, Mariam, you need to make sure that you prepare clear communication on that as well.
Yes.
Please.
Your speakers, Miriam, have they all registered?
Yes, an email was sent out by just a few hours ago. Let me check and see just to confirm.
And they have to register as speakers.
Yes.
Okay. What about your introductory video?
Yeah, it's been shared already.
Okay. So what's the format for your session? Is it panel discussion?
Yeah, it will be a panel discussion.
And you've prepared your questions, right?
Yeah, basically presentation.
We have just 2 hours. And for tomorrow, 7 a.m. UTC time, that should be about 10 a.m. Uganda time.
Oh, I'm actually in the Netherlands, so I think it will be 8 a.m.
Yes, but you have to share the time zone with your speakers so that they know the time.
Oh, okay. Oh no, but Adeline sent out an email, and I can see all the speakers received the email with all the information. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Would that be all for us, Miriam?
Yeah.
So, Dr. Sakinat. Yes, Dr. Sakinat and Miriam, if I could just briefly. I earlier posted a question in the chat to know how many members of our community have registered to attend the event. It's good that, yes, we have these sessions. It will also add more colors to it to have members of the VODAN Africa team also attend this webinar. to also make sure that we can have some mini flyers for each of the sessions that we're hosting. Perhaps you could also, Dr. Sakina, to call the organizers to give a brief, like 1 minute, on what to expect for each of the sessions, to be like a teaser and who the speakers would be. And for Miriam, it would be good to also confirm with the speakers to have a one-on-one conversation emails with them, because the email from airline is almost like for everyone. So you may wish to also have specific discussions with the speakers, especially those who are from outside of our immediate network.
Yeah, and also in addition to that, we need to know who is the moderator of this session. So we can't just go, I mean, there are going to be something like 70, 80 participants. So we really need to have an idea on who is leading this session, what are the presentations going to be about, are we having PowerPoints? We need to have more organized preparation on this. How are we going to take that forward? Mariam and Reginald, we really depend on you on this.
Yes, Miriam, I asked you, you said is a panel discussion, right?
Yes, it will be a panel discussion.
You already have questions to ask your panel?
Not yet, but because the discussion will mainly be around the extension of the current tools, so
Yeah, you need to prepare your questions beforehand and show us. Then who will be the moderator for your session? Who will be moderator?
we hadn't decided on that part, but I think Professor Miriam had proposed Francesca, if I'm not wrong.
Well, Professor Francisca, would that be okay with you, ma'am?
No, I don't think so. I think that that was from the time that things were different. So, I mean, Sakinat, you could moderate.
Yes, that's fine. Dr. Sakinat could moderate. I am not able to do that at the moment.
Okay. Miriam, maybe we could meet immediately after this time out so that I will look at all of your programs and the questions that you are going to ask the moderators. We need to put them down so that we don't forget anything.
Okay.
All right. Professor Miriam, would that be all now for Miriam?
Yeah, I think this is fine, Sakinat. This is excellent.
Okay. Next slide, please. Putu. Next slide. Yes. Fair equivalency tool. Here for this session, we have organizers Professor Miriam and Putu. And the time for this is December 3rd. That's the day after tomorrow. So, and it's also the same time. Now, Putu, can you confirm your speakers? Have you confirmed them?
Yes, I confirm Mariam and also Kuda, and also communicate with Kuda yesterday about the about his attendance as a speaker in fair equivalency, and I think I will. Sorry.
Has he registered?
Yeah. I will. I've sent their name to fair convergence email, and also I will contact Kuda tomorrow because yesterday there is a network problem, so I should check what is the problem.
Putu, let's get something clear. You sent their name to the symposium. Are they supposed to register first?
I put the email to symposium, and I think I will confirm to Kuda especially. Is it because I think if Kuda already registered to conference, I think he got an email from Fair Convergence. So I will confirm it today or tomorrow.
No, you need to confirm today, please.
Yeah, I will confirm today.
And make sure, yes, Professor Miriam is saying that you should make sure that CUDA register. They first of all have to register. They should register as speakers. Then the mails can then start coming in.
Yeah. I will confirm to CUDA.
Okay. So what's your session going to look like? Is it a presentation or a panel discussion?
Presentation, and the presentation, I made the presentation, the PowerPoint, and then I think I will start to present the method, how what is affair equivalency, what is the method, and also how is the case in Uganda and also in Indonesia, and also the last case is from CUDA, and then maybe question and answer after the presentation.
Okay, so what would Miriam and Kuda Kush, what would they do?
Explaining the case from Uganda and also from Zimbabwe, and also
okay, so
we will discuss tomorrow about how we, maybe Mariam want to explain a bit about the methodology, because Mariam is the founder of the tools. I just approve how the tool works in Indonesia, so maybe I will discuss a bit about that. But I think each of us will explain about the case study. What is the result from each country?
Okay, so Miriam, are you prepared for this session? What are you going to be doing?
Yes, like Putu said, I'll just present the case study in Uganda.
So you are presenting a PowerPoint, or you are just going to discuss?
No, I'll just talk about it.
And CUDA too?
Yeah.
So we need to meet and discuss.
I would, sorry, Sakinat. Mariam, I think you should definitely present a PowerPoint and also present it as a tool that, for instance, others can also use in their context, because that's really the sense of that session.
Okay.
Yeah, also to say, our proposed article was based on fair equivalence, and we looked forward to what Marian and Putu had done or are envisaging. So it will be useful to have the audio visuals, please.
Mariam, Putu, did you get what he was trying to say?
Sorry?
Somebody was talking to you, Ibrahim Kawu.
Yeah.
That it would be good to present it, maybe if you have publication on this and some visuals.
You mean the, sorry?
Yeah, and also,
so basically,
and also if Abdullahi used the tool, why not also present it? Because there's enough time, there's a 2-hour slot. So if there is Mariam presenting the tool and outcome for Uganda, and then Putu and Abdullahi, and then Kuda Kwashi, who still needs to do it but made a start, then that makes a good forum. So I would add Abdullahi now that he clarifies this.
Yeah.
Yes, we have two Abdullahi. The Abdullahi, this is Abdullahi Kawu.
Yes, Abdullahi Kawu, I suggest you should be part of the presenters in that panel.
Okay.
yeah, I'm joining as a participant. Just wanted to have more insight. I've noted the timing and all, except if we think otherwise.
It would be nice for you to bring a perspective from Nigeria as well. If you could still make it, we have like 2 days before the day.
Okay, I'll take up that challenge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So Putu, please take notes. Abdullahi Kawu is joining your team.
Okay.
So you can get his email address, his contact, so that you can discuss that. Would that be all?
Yeah, that's all.
Next slide. Okay, next slide. Yes. This is coming up the day after tomorrow, December. Okay, this is coming up tomorrow too. At 3 p.m. UTC time, we'll show the time zone, local time zones for everybody. Now, for this session, Professor Miriam and Dr. Reginald are the organizers for the session. Dr. Reginald.
Yes, this one we are organized. All the speakers are informed. They're going to prepare a PowerPoint and then have a general discussion. The moderator is Dr. Feng Hong, already confirmed. Odimo, Miriam. No word from Patrick Chamanywa, but I have a word from Dr. Iyas Dana Bakish. Dr. Mulingwa hasn't confirmed, but I have received word that he's going to contact me this evening. So the format is we'll have somebody from CODAT who will be like the technical support for this session. So the role will be to make sure that we don't disappear from the screen as Feng Hong moderates. Then we are each one of us going to have about 10 minutes to present, or 15, depending on the number of slides we have. Then open up to discussions and questions from the floor, wherever people will be contacting us from. So there are 3 questions related to the objectives of the session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Reginald. So, Dr. Reginald, what you are telling us now is that you have confirmed all of your speakers?
Yes, I've confirmed all of them, and we have
all
agreed.
of them.
Yes,
Have they all registered? Have they all registered? Have they all registered?
That is what I sent an email at 5 in the morning today because of time difference. So I'm just going to check now that they've all
Did you send the link to the registration?
Yes,
to
yes,
them?
yes.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
and I'm in touch with Adeline, who is the main coordinator, to make sure that each one of them is registered. What I know is that I saw an email coming from some saying they have already registered, but just need to confirm. Because I registered, but every time I log in, I find myself logged out. So we need half an hour before time just to be sure that we are on.
Okay. Yeah. So now, from what you have said now, your session is going to take what format exactly? PowerPoint presentation, or discussion, or question and answer?
The format is this way, Professor, is that Ibrahim will start PowerPoint.
Ibrahim will start with, okay,
PowerPoint, about 10, 15 minutes. Then Dr. Miriam already has her slides. I've seen them, 10, 15 minutes. So all of us will present first. Then after we are presented, then we open it up for discussion.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I think I'm through with Dr. Reginald. Any questions from the floor? Okay.
Yes, Dr. Saka, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Yes, please, 2 things. It is important, I can see a question in the chat already. It's important that we emphasize the registration of members of the VODAN Africa community. A lot of people still don't know how to register and what to do to register. Then secondly, Dr. Reginald mentioned that each time he tries to get into the conference, it's not like you're logged out because it's a free conference and they have to ensure that you are actually registered before you can get in. So when you have registered, you need to get a code. So each time you put in your name and your email address, they send the code to the registered email to be sure that it's actually a registered attendee. We don't want to have Zoom bombers. We don't want to have people who are not registered or whose identities we don't know coming to disrupt the conference. So everyone should know that after some times, if you're idle, you'll be timed out from the conference sessions. When you're coming in, you need to put in your name and your email, and you receive a 6-digit code that will grant you access back to the online conference.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Francisca. That's correct what you are saying. Very, very correct. So that's why we need at least half an hour before time just to be sure that even though I registered, I just need to confirm that I'm actually is actually for this session. Thank you.
Yes, I think I've already put the link to the registration place. I've already put it there. So can you check?
Also put there is also the access code for participants. When you put in, no, this is like your own registration link. After registration, there is a kind of a code that you have to put in.
Yes, I have it all in this slide. Putu,
So for those
can Putu?
Yes.
Hello, Putu. Yes, can you please share the slide? I think all the links are in the slide.
Yes. I will share the slide after this meeting.
Okay, you
Or
can
no,
share.
because I'm still sharing. Wait a minute. I will try to
So
share.
you just go
right
on. I'll handle that. Dr. Continue. Continue.
Okay.
I'll handle that so we don't distract you.
Okay.
Yes, I've posted it now.
All right. Next slide, please. Okay, our next slide will be on our next session on verifying vulnerable people during COVID-19 pandemic. And this session is going to be was organized by Professor Miriam and Morgan Witt. So far, we have not received the speaker. Do we have Morgan in the house, please?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. So your presentation is tomorrow. Have you confirmed all of your speakers?
Yeah, I have sent it all to Adeline. I have sent it. Maybe you didn't. Maybe I forgot to add you in the emails, but it's also on the WhatsApp group, and I think you are on it. So yeah, we have the program, we have the speakers, everybody is confirmed. I have said to everyone to register. I will also check today that everybody has done it properly. But I think also Adeline is checking that because I have sent all the email addresses. I have received all slides except for 2 speakers. So I'm waiting for them and I will send them tonight to Christine, who is our moderator, so that she can get prepared for tomorrow.
Okay, so all your speakers has been confirmed.
Yes.
So what format is your session
Zoom.
going to take? What format?
We have wait, I'm taking the program. We have 10 speakers. Yeah, each of them is going to talk for about 7 minutes on different. So some of them explain how vulnerable people were affected by COVID-19 in different areas. So for instance, in Tunisia, others are talking about Ethiopia, others about Kenya. So, and others explain how to verify information and data on those more vulnerable people. So everybody has slides, except one of the presenter. And then and everybody speaks for 7 minutes, and after we have a general conversation, all of us.
Any question and answers session?
For me, no.
Okay. Now I hope you have. Who is going to be the moderator? You,
Christine.
Okay. Now, you know, this session is just 2 hours. You have 10 speakers. So how do you allot the time? If each speaker, you give each speaker 7 minutes to present their slide, and you have 2 hours, Did you, how are you going to manage the time?
So we
Perhaps I could help because work with Morgan on this. So what we have organized is that when they present the slides, there are 10 people, those are 70 minutes. Then we have more time for questions and discussion because the team that is present are coming from a very interesting background. For example, Brian Conley, Clara Smith, Kibron Berhe, Asma Benhaji Hassan, there's Morgan, Dr. Miriam, Anouk Smith, Francis Kinywa, Whitney from Eastleigh. So these are persons who are practitioners on the ground, and I'm sure during question time they'll have a lot to talk about. So I wanted to give ample time for them to share this verifying vulnerable people during COVID pandemic. So should be a very interesting discussion. So it's good to provoke the discussion first, and then from there they go over. And Christine Kirkpatrick, who is very experienced in managing most of our VODAN Africa seminars, I'm sure she's able to stimulate people to discuss within the panel and outside the panel. That's what I would add, Professor Sakinat.
Okay, that's cool. I just want you to realize that we have just 2 hours, so we should manage our time and the information well. Okay. So all
Dr.
speakers.
Sakinat.
Yes, Miriam.
I just wanted to let you know that Dr. Maria and Professor Mariam will not be part of the panel, so that will just leave me and Reginald, plus Francisca and you. So I think I'll just do a presentation and then have kind of like a Q&A discussion in the end.
Okay, that sounds fine. So you can just go ahead and start with the presentation so that we'll have a look at it maybe this night before tomorrow morning.
Yeah, the presentation is already ready. I submitted it already.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. So Morgan.
Yes.
Hello, Morgan. Yes, all speakers confirmed and registered as speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we know your format. Then you have already submitted your introductory video. I think I saw it.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. So we move on to the next slide. Putu, next slide, please. Yes, this will be our last session, and it's coming up on the 4th of December. The organizers are Professor Miriam, Professor Francisca, Sakinat, myself, and Aliyah. So, and we have confirmed our speakers, except John Grable. He has not responded. Our session is based on the curricula for data stewardship. So we plan to approach it from this view of a data competency and maybe some of the skill sets that a data steward is supposed to have. So, and the objective of the workshop is just to discuss the ongoing curriculum development to support the training of fair-based data stewardship. So our speakers that we have here, and we have Dr. Kathy, Mark Moseng, and Dr. Fehong. They'll be talking about data stewardship and some of the courses that they were supposed to take to make them a good data steward. And Wuraola and Ezekiel, they are data analytics. They are data analytics. So they will be talking on, after your data, after making your data fair, what next? We all agree that reusability, we use our data. So they'll be talking about some of the things that can happen to our data after the data has been made fair. And we all agree that our session is going to be a panel discussion where our speakers will discuss majorly on the how to set up the curriculum, the courses, or the subject that we're supposed to take for the training. And also we have question and answer afterwards. So that is our, and all speakers have been confirmed, but the registration, I still ask them. So I think this evening I'm going to send a message to Adeline to help me confirm if they have all registered. But I send the link to register. I've sent it to them. So this evening I hope to confirm from Adeline and from my speakers too, whether they have all registered and registered as speakers. So that's what we have for our session. And we expect the members of our team, also everybody in VODAN Africa, to also be present to chair us and maybe throw some questions to our panel. So that's what we have for that time. So I don't know if anybody have any questions or contribution that could be useful to our session.
Dr. Sakinat, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes. Yes, we can hear you, but I can see on the channel, on the chat, Professor Francisca said that John will be available as well as Mark.
Just to give you information that John Gribel will not be attending.
Okay.
John will not be available, but Mark will be available. The two of them are of the same team. So having Mark, it's as good as having both Mark and John. I just want to give you that he will not be available for the panel. Sorry, John had said in a separate email that he will be on. So what we may need to do in addition is to just be sure that they have all registered for the conference.
Yes, I already sent a mail to them and the link to registration. I sent it to them. So I'll confirm this evening if they are all registered. But this our session is a panel discussion. We are not making any PowerPoint presentation. Hello, Professor Francisca, can you hear me? Okay. Putu, can you move to the next slide, please? Because of time. Now, yes, time and dates. This slide is just telling us that tomorrow is our busiest day, and we want everybody to be available for this. That tomorrow is from 7 till about 3 p.m. UTC time. We are going to be stay glued to all our sessions. So we have one in the morning, 7 to 9. We have another one in the afternoon. Another one in the morning to 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then we have another one, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the evening. So for tomorrow, so please, let's make ourselves available for our session. Then on the 3rd, we have just one session in the morning. Then on the 4th, that will be our last session. We have it in the morning also. Next slide, please. Go to next slide. Okay, so for the next slide now, I've already put time zones for everybody here. So for our 7 a.m. session, so central, like Miriam now, Miriam in Netherlands, so it will be 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and it's also the same time with the West African time for Nigeria here. For East African time, like Uganda, it's going to be 10 a.m. Then Putu in Indonesia, so the time is going to be 3 p.m. there. And for Kuda in Zimbabwe, time is going to be 9 a.m. So for our session, 11 to 1 a.m. Okay, sorry, it's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So for Central Time, I've already put the time there. And for 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. UTC time. So for the Central European time and then Nigeria, the time is 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So while for Kuda in Zimbabwe, its time is going to be 5 to 7 p.m. While Putu, its time is 11 a.m. in the morning. And for Aliyah and Dr. Fenhong, it's going to be 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Wow, no, 11 p.m. till 1 a.m. in the morning for Dr. Fenhong in China. And for Aliyah in Kazakhstan, is 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. So I just want us to note this time zone for us. Next slide, please. Yes. So for the next slide now, these are the links, useful links that is very, very important to us. You can register here with the passcode here, or you can also go to this link, the second link to register. Yes, this is the link to our VODAN session. If you click here, you see all of our link, all of our information there. Then also I want to advise us the symposium, they have series of poster presentations, and I went through some of the topics and I see that there are something that they are very, very interesting. So we could also join them at for poster presentations there of interesting topics, and also the other sessions too. We also have other sessions for that are also interesting for this symposium too. So after we have finished our session, VODAN session, we also join other sessions too, so that we can gain more knowledge about FAIR, and it will also help with our special issue, the paper that we're writing on. We have so many interesting sessions there that are very good for us. So I want to implore us or encourage us to join that session. Thank you so much for this wonderful time. So I think I'm done. Thank you. So Putu will be sending a summary flyer with all the sessions to everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Sakinat. Yeah, I will send the flyer maybe 1 hour from now. I will send and the flyer will be about the title of the session and also the specific date and time for each session. And we still have 2 topics to discuss about the CEDAR update and also data security control and access update. Maybe I will hand over to Professor Francisca to tell us about the updates, the progress of CEDAR. I think the discussion was held yesterday. So I hand over to Professor Francisca. Can you give us some update about the CEDAR?
Yes, Putu, thank you. I hope you all can hear me. I'm sorry, my voice is still a little low. We've been having weekly meetings on the CEDAR localization, especially for us at VODAN Africa with John. John graciously meets us every Monday. And we had the last one yesterday, and there has been some improvements. But Aliyah has been coordinating these meetings. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to join due to some family emergencies. But we look at it that it would be better for us to have a core technical team led by Aliyah, and then with members or some interested members of the network to form the core technical team for the CEDAR localization. I know for the KIU data steward, Dr. Sakinat and Ezekiel had given a kind of a pre-training to them to prepare them to take up a more technical role in some of these things, because we have 2 very key projects in addition to everything else we're doing. for the phase 2 of the VODAN Africa and Asia initiative for the extension of the DSW, which Getu is leading with Marek and Robert. And of course, we have the team for the localization of CEDAR, which Aliyah is leading, working with John and Mark. But now Aliyah is unavailable. Getu has been caught up in a situation in Ethiopia, and the DSW seems to have been put on hold. So if we have a core team, there is a lead, but there will always be some other members of the team who could keep that aspect of the program going in the absence of any one member of the team, even the leader. So we propose to have everyone sign up on a particular path of either being part of the DSW extension or being part of the CEDAR localization. Of course, members are free to be part of the two projects, but it has to be total involvement. I know Aliyah was working with Rudwan and Yi from Professor Miriam's group at Leiden and Tilburg, but we also want some of the data stewards and the country teams in VODAN Africa to be fully committed to these two streams, so that if there are questions on CEDAR, if Aliyah is not here, someone else on the team will be able to pick it up. We don't want Aliyah to be at the core and then having to pass the knowledge down, but we want everyone to be part of the knowledge building sub-ecosystems for DSW and CEDAR, and perhaps any other platform that we may have open and available to be part of in the future. That is the next thing we want to discuss, and I'm going to throw it open, possibly in the chat room, for people to indicate what team they want to be, DSW or CEDAR. We can tidy up the arrangement of the organizations later, but we will, when we're sending out the announcement and where there are assignment that John had given, we want to have specific people to be held responsible for implementing that assignment, for helping VODAN Africa to shape the direction of our involvement in the CEDAR and the DSW projects. Thank you, Putu.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Francisca. Actually, I also want to add the update for data security, access and control, because I take the lead for this, because due to Getu's condition in Ethiopia, and previous I didn't attend the previous meeting due to my flight to Indonesia, but the condition right now is the discussion with LUMC is like Eric proposed us the framework about the access control measures and also the hourglass model, but we should really understand what VODAN needs for the data security and access control. So right now I'm still want to check the connection of the layer and also the hourglass model. So we should understand, but the problem is it's only me right now to think this framework. So I think Professor Francisca right about if anyone want to join data security control and access, so I can discuss with you, because right now Getu is not available. So it will be really good to data security and control group. And I made the group chat, and I invite some participant to join in that chat, but maybe if anyone want to join our group. So and the next meeting is on the 8th of December. So maybe I can put you if you interested with the topic. That's all. Is there any question from or any addition from Professor Miriam?
No, I think that is that's very good, and I think it's really very important topic. So it would be very good if there are others who are interested in the architecture on access and control. If they are interested to join the group of Putu, I would really recommend it. It's very important for VODAN.
Thank you, Professor Miriam.
I see Abdullahi wants to say something, maybe.
No, not really. I mean, it's fine.
Okay. Is there any last question or comment before we close the session? Going once?
No, Putu, just one thing. Yes,
yeah.
I just want to remind us that our first draft for the special issue will be due in the first week of January, so that prospective authors should please start writing their manuscripts now and be prepared to submit the first draft by January. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sakinat.
And then from my perspective, I wanted to really thank everybody, Professor Sakinat, Professor Francesca, you Putu, for preparing this seminar again, and wishing everybody a very good recovery who is ill or children being ill. I wanted to say that for all of the seminars this week, it is really, really important to use them to get yourself ready for the special issue articles, because that is the purpose and that is the sense. So please attend, contribute, make sure that you use it as a reflection on the seminar to work with others. And very proud of what I saw today, and I'm sure we'll be present there in force and with lots to say. So thank you everyone for this excellent preparation. Thank you, Putu, over to you.
Thank you, Professor Miriam. So thank you everyone. It's an honor to organize this meeting. As always, the video recording of the webinar will be available this week in every channels of VODAN Africa Asia, such as websites like OSF and WhatsApp group. Thanks again for joining us. We will see you next week. Bye.